Professor Dr. Karl-Jürgen Kemmelmeier, musicologist, President of the State Music Advisory Council of Lower Saxony and member of the Presidium of the German Music Advisory Council. Erika Schuchardt, a convincing new approach to music biographical research. Schuchardt's crisis management complementary model. Milestone and guidepost. Professor Dr. Norbert Lammert, President of the German Parliament, Berlin. True art is stubborn, as Ludwig van Beethoven wrote, about which you have written a highly praised book. Your life is a confirmation of this idea to an amazing degree, in retrospect, a real work of art. Dr. Manfred Osten, General Secretary of the Alexander von Humboldt Foundation, former head of the cultural section of the German Embassy in Tokyo. The author Erika Schuchardt succeeds with this new socially pertinent investigation in introducing a high degree of contemporary relevance. Beethoven's life and work can serve as a model for every reader. Professor Dr. Ruichi Higuchi, Professor of Musicology at the University in Tokyo and President of the Alumni Club in Tokyo. Erika Schuchardt's book is a great hope for people in Japan affected by crises. A completely new research approach for overcoming the crises of life, the unveiling of Beethoven's creative leap out of crisis. Hanna Maria Callas, artist, singer, teacher, Hildesheim. A real work of art. One is overwhelmed by the material. An adventure of discoveries, views, and concepts at all levels. Beethoven is revealed to us in a new light, gives us the courage to recognize crises and overcome our own spirals as a growth-promoting gift. Professor Dr. Alphonse Deakin, Sophia University, Tokyo. Among the numerous books I have read on Ludwig van Beethoven, I consider Erika Schuchardt's book the most sympathetic and knowledgeable piece of research. Her new book will also speak to and encourage people in Japan. Privy Councillor Professor Dr. Anton Neumeier, physician, pianist and partner of the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra. An unbelievably inspiring book of vital existential importance, a true gift. Professor Dr. Walter Thüring, Director of the Conseil Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire, CERN, Vienna. Her book is a treasure trove of a culture that began in Vienna in the 19th century and then reverberated in ever-widening spirals. Professor Dr. Hermes Kick, Institute for Medical Ethics, Mannheim. Fascinating. The most important stages of Beethoven's crisis. Hessen Radio, Frankfurt. Creativity as crisis management. Beethoven as a role model. HR2 Mikado conversation with the author Professor Dr. Erika Schuchardt about new and unusual insights into the personality of Ludwig van Beethoven. West German Radio, Cologne. Learning about life from Beethoven. Radio WDR3, conversation with the author about her theory and what we may be able to learn from Beethoven. The crisis of life can turn out to be a new chance. Generalanzeiger, Bonn. Bernhard Hartmann. A Way Out of the Crises of Life. Erika Schuchardt's Beethoven book. Rheinischer Merkur, Christian Florin. Crisis Manager Beethoven, From Deep Depression to Cries of Joy. Author Erika Schuchardt believes that we can all learn from the genius. The divine spark from the praise to joy is transmitted when managing a crisis. Dr. Barthold Witte, Head of the Cultural Section of the Foreign Office. Initiator of the foundation Citizens for Beethoven. Life-changing insights, interdisciplinary research presented in an attractive format. A new, fascinating interpretation of Beethoven's life and work. Ilona Schmiel, Artistic Director of the Beethoven Festival, Bonn. An extraordinary book, an innovative approach, also a challenge for concert organizers. No one has previously been able to present a new, methodical approach as consistently as Erika Schuchardt. Professor Dr. Konstantin Floros, musicologist, Thessaloniki, Athens, Vienna, Tokyo. Head of the Musicological Institute at the University of Hamburg. Prof-Schuchardt has rekindled Beethoven research anew with her interdisciplinary approach, original manner of questioning, proposed theories, and suggestive hypotheses. This book should be in the library of all friends of Beethoven and all educated individuals. Professor Dr. Kenzaburo Oi, recipient of the Nobel Prize for Literature, teaching and learning from and with his son Hikari Akira, affected by crises, Tokyo. Rarely in my life have I felt so well understood as in the book that introduced me to the crisis spiral. It has strengthened me. Opening speech at the World Congress of Rehabilitation International, Tokyo.